This is DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Tuesday. We got a bigger slate than normal for Tuesday, so it's a pretty solid slate. Real quick, let's see what we're doing currently tonight, Monday night. So getting hit with the blowout here with Golden State, Indiana, obviously not going to help me. Really like Collison. I don't think he's going to check back in here. Got 25 fantasy points in the 3 quarters. It's a shame because if you got another quarter or so, I think he puts up pretty solid numbers. Trey Burke, once Nicotina got rolled out, there are only 2 healthy point guards, and David Fizdale continues to troll us every single time. I should have just listened to myself. You just never play any Knicks guards, no matter what. Even if there's only one, even Trey Burke's the only player on the roster, you just can't trust David Fizdale at all. Obviously, I went with Kevin Durant and Cousins. The blowout are going to hurt, so definitely don't think I'm going to cash here tonight. And then Horford, Rozier with no Kyrie, kind of went with them. They're doing good for their prices, but like I said, the blowout's really going to kill me here. So, yeah. All right, so let's look into the slate for Tuesday here. Okay, so 7 games. And we got some pretty solid games here. So just a brief overview. Washington, Cleveland, I like that game stack quite a bit. Chicago, Brooklyn, I also like that game stack. Pelicans and the Rockets. Phoenix, San Antonio, and Philly, LA. So there's a lot of game stackable games here on the slate. So let's get into it. So Harden here, 13.6. Not going to talk you off Harden. Obviously, he's a great play every single night. Chris Paul is back. They're still going to limit Chris Paul to about 25 or so minutes. Harden, I think, is solid, but I personally don't know if I'm going to pay up for him on this slate. Westbrook, 10.6. I think he goes pretty low owned. Again, I think the masses are still going to play James Harden. So I think in GPPs, Westbrook is a solid pivot. Ben Simmons, these Philly guys. Looks like Philly's fully healthy. It is a good matchup here against the Lakers. Definitely game stackable. With everyone healthy, though, it does downgrade Simmons a bit. But I do think he still has upside. Drew Holiday. So we're waiting on news for Julius Randle right now for the Pelicans. If he misses, Drew's going to be the main catalyst here on the offense. 8.6K is a little pricey, but I think he can pay it off if the game stays close. It's D'Angelo Russell, only for GPPs. He's got huge upside, but also has a low floor. Only GPPs for me. Devin Booker, kind of been disappointing with no Ayton. Ayton's doubtful again. I think Booker goes very low owned. Like I said, he's been pretty disappointing here over the last week or so, but I still think he's doable at that price tag. LaVine and Chris Dunn, they're starting to see more consistent minutes here for Chicago. 34, 36, and 36 for LaVine. And you got Chris Dunn playing 36 and 35 the last 2. So they're playing more consistent minutes. Brooklyn, a pretty solid matchup. So I think LaVine and Chris Dunn both viable. Chris Paul, going to be limited again to about 25 or so minutes. 6.9K, I don't think that's enough for me. So I'm probably going to pass. Rondo, I didn't have the best game, but played 42 minutes with no Lonzo. LeBron most likely going to miss again. I don't mind going right back to the wall with Rondo. If he's going to play those type of minutes again, I do like him at this price of 6.7K. So Sanderansky, talked about in my last video. He's just going to play most of the game. Been a little up and down, but 6K, I don't think he's priced up enough. So I do like Sanderansky quite a bit here. Let's see. Derek White. So we already got DeMar DeRozan news. He's going to be out. So Derek White will probably be my favorite guard here for the Spurs. It is kind of hard to trust Popovich. He'll run out Patty Mills a bit. He'll run out Brent Forbes. Those guys are playable. I think Derek White would be my favorite. But again, it is kind of hard to trust Popovich. And you get Alf Payton, 5.4K. He's been really up and down. But there's so many missing pieces to the Pelicans offense right now. That 5.4K I think is too cheap for Alpha Payton. So I don't mind taking a shot on him for a little bounce back game. Let's see, the Cleveland guard situation. Your guess is as good as mine as who's going to go off. They play such a deep rotation that I understand the matchup's good here against Washington, and yes, probably one or two of the Cleveland guards will do good, but just so hard to predict. And like I said, they run such a deep rotation that it's just not for me. Napier, I know the price is up there a bit, but he's playing the Spencer Dinwiddie role. High usage guy off the bench. Should play right around 30 minutes. I don't think 4.9K is priced up enough, so I like Napier quite a bit as well. Let's see. Other point guards, I mean, Akobo with no Melton, but he's kind of got a low floor. I mean, I guess for salary relief, he's okay, but I think that's it for point guard. Shooting guard today, Beal. I think he's going to go pretty low owned, but I do like this game a lot. 9.2K, I think he's priced about right, but he does have some upside. I think he's a solid pivot off of James Harden. So I think Beal is a pretty solid play. Let's see, Jimmy Butler is a little cheaper at 6.9K, but he's also been very up and down. The match against Lakers is very good. If the game stays close, I think he could have a pretty solid game. So I think Jimmy Butler is in play. Let's see, Ingram. So we're waiting on news with Kuzma as well as Josh Hart, both listed as questionable. If they both miss, again, Ingram going to play most of the game, 6.4K. Seems too cheap, so I like Ingram a decent amount here. Kelly Oubre Jr., Josh Jackson, both these guys are going to play 30-plus minutes with TJ Warren out of there. So I think Oubre as well as Josh Jackson are both pretty solid plays. Eric Gordon, so I'm not an Eric Gordon guy, and I know Chris Paul's back, but he's playing most of the game here. And this is a little revenge game narrative. I wouldn't mind taking a shot at Eric Gordon. Like 5K just seems too cheap. I know he's scoring dependent, not really a type of guy I like playing. It's just the price tag that makes him in play here for me. Let's see, Lance. So if Kuzma misses, as well as Josh Hart, I think Lance could push for 25-plus minutes. We know whenever this guy gets minutes, he's aggressive. I love Lance. If Kuzma and Hart do miss. If one of the two miss, I still do like Lance quite a bit here at 4.3K. So Wayne Selden Jr. picked up the start for Hutchinson. Surprisingly played 38 minutes. Now, I don't know if we can expect this type of performance again from him, but if he's going to play those type of minutes, 4.2K, I think is a little underpriced, like 32. I don't know if we can expect 32 again from Wayne Selden, but I think 20 to 25 is not out of the realm, so I think he's a solid value play. Let's see. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else here really interesting. KCP, if Hart obviously does miss, his minutes will be pretty secure. He's kind of an up and down, so I don't really know if he's a cash game play, but I think he's in play for GPP. So let's move on to small forward. Giannis, this Detroit-Milwaukee game, not the most appealing fantasy-wise. So I think Giannis goes pretty low-owned. Giannis has been going low-owned basically every single slate, but he's been pretty consistent here, getting you right around 50 to 55 fantasy points. So I think he's solid play. Let's see. So Ariza, he's playing most of the game. I think he's a pretty solid play here at 6.3K. Cleveland, not the best defensive team. Otto Porter, been playing off the bench. Has not really been playing well recently. But I think, you could take a shot at him at GPPs. Obviously, no John Wall. He's going to shoot the ball. He's going to be pretty aggressive when he's out there. He's going to shoot the ball 10 to 15 times a game. So I think Otto Porter goes kind of low owned, but we know he does have upside here at 6.2K. Rudy Gay with no DeRozan. Played only 27 minutes, but got you 26 fantasy points. Again, the minutes are kind of insecure. Popovich, you never really know what he's going to do. But 5.9K, if this game stays close, I think Rudy Gay has a real good game. The only concern is the blowout factor. Let's say CD at 5.2. His minutes seem the most secure here for the Cavs. 33, 39, and 39 minutes. If he's going to play those type of minutes, you got to like CD in a good, solid game environment. Wizards don't play a whole lot of defense, so I think CD is a pretty good play here at 5.2. Let's see. Anyone else of interest? Okay, Beasley here. So Kuzma, Josh Hart, questionable. The main, if Kuzma misses, that Beasley would be more secure with his minutes. He picked up a start, played 26 minutes, got you 28 fantasy points. So if Kuzma's out again, I really like Beasley here at 3.8K. Okay, let's move on to power forward. Paul George, I think he's okay. I'm not really, this OKC Orlando game, not too high on my list. I think Paul George goes kind of under-owned. Blake Griffin, again, I'm just not a Detroit guy. They've busted so many times for me. I understand if you want to play him here against Milwaukee. Me personally, though, I'm going to go elsewhere. Aldridge, obviously no DeRozan. Against Washington, played 33 minutes, catching 55 fantasy points. The only real concern here is the blowout factor. If the game stays close, though, like I said, I think Aldridge, Rudy Gay, one of those point guards on the Spurs, all have pretty good games. So that is the concern. The big news here, Randall, he's questionable. If he misses, that's a huge boost to Jahlil Okafor. Darius Miller. We got Etuan Moore already got ruled out, so Darius Miller definitely in play for salary relief. And then even Cheik Diallo if Julius Randle does miss. Markkanen, I do like this game. Markkanen, 6.6K seems a little underpriced. His minutes kind of up and down, but he's kind of locked in about 30 minutes. Brooklyn, I do like targeting bigs against Brooklyn, so I look Lauri Markkanen definitely in play. Bobby Portis, minutes are too insecure. Him and Robin Lopez kind of going back and forth with big games. So I don't know if I want to trust Bobby Portis. I mean, I do like playing high usage guys off the bench, but his minutes are just too fluky right now for me. Fareed, play most of the game, honestly, and I still like this play. If Randall misses, I really like pairing the two bigs in this game with Kenneth Fareed and Jahlil Okafor. Both those guys play little to no defense, so Fareed, Jahlil Okafor. If Randall does miss, I really like pairing those two together. Let's see. Holmes. So Aiden listed as doubtful. They said Holmes will start if Aiden does miss. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I love playing this guy. 4.7K, I still think is a little underpriced if Aiden does miss. I would guess he plays 25 to 30 minutes. Anytime this guy gets minutes, he's a monster. So I think Holmes is a pretty solid play at 4.7. Other than that, so Darius Miller again. We got Etuan Moore out. So I think Darius Miller would pick up the start. At 3.7K, that would just be too cheap. I would guess the Pelicans start Alfred Payton, Drew Holiday, Darius Miller, Jahlil Okafor, and Randall if he plays. Let me go to the Pelicans really quick. Utility. Yeah, so I think it would be obviously Drew, Jahlil, Alfred Payton, Darius Miller. And if Randall misses, maybe Solomon Hill will probably pick up the start. So there could be a lot of value here for the Pelicans in play for sure. All right, let's move on to the center position here. Embiid against the Lakers. They said he's going to be back. If this game stays close, I think Embiid could have a monster game going up against the likes of Zubac and JaVale McGee. So I do like Embiid as a spend up here at 10.2K. Vucevic, obviously, anytime. I love playing Vucevic. I do kind of respect the defense of Steven Adams, though. 9.5K, I think he's okay, but I'm probably going to go elsewhere on this slate. Drummond, I get it, but I don't really like this Detroit-Milwaukee game. Let's see. Ante Zizic, if he picks up a start again, they've been playing this guy a lot of minutes. Washington, one of the worst rebound teams in the league. So I think he's a pretty solid cash game play there. I don't know how much upside he really has. Okafor, I talked about him a little bit. If Randall misses, I love playing Jahlil Okafor and Kenneth Fareed together. I think both those guys would smash. Zubac, so he had the huge game. I really liked him against Phoenix. Now he's got a difficult matchup against Embiid. You guys kind of know how I feel when I'm playing opposing centers against centers who are really aggressive. Embiid, obviously, going to be really aggressive on the offensive end. It just worries me, foul trouble issues. The Lakers, they have two other viable centers with Tyson Chandler and with McGee. I honestly wouldn't even be shocked if they start Tyson Chandler just as a bigger body to guard McGee, or to guard Embiid. So Zubac, I'm a little worried about him. Nance, I would only have interest if he picks up the start. They've been kind of limiting him off the bench, 21, 17 minutes. This is the perfect game environment for him, though. So only if he picks up the start, I would like Larry Nance there, 5.4. Other than that, I mean, Robin Lopez, you could take a shot, but again, him and Bobby Portis been splitting like the big games, the big minutes. I guess I'd wait for a starting lineup. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, he actually picked up a start currently tonight. So his minutes slowly starting to creep up there. If he starts again against Chicago, 3.8K, that just seems way too cheap for him. And yeah, I think that's about gonna do it for this video. So there's a lot of different ways you can go on the slate. Like I said, the games I would really target heavily, probably Washington, Cleveland, Chicago, Brooklyn, the Pelicans, Houston, Phoenix, San Antonio. These two games definitely have some blowout risk. And then Philly, Lakers, that would have blowout risk if Kuzma and Hart miss. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. So if you guys have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts and more news comes out throughout the day. And I'll be back for another video on Wednesday, so I'll see you guys then.